Irish parliamentary elections held on February the 26th, 2016 resulted in a hung parliament with no conveniently formable coalition. The country had been governed for the previous 5 years by a centre-left coalition of Fine Gael and the Labour Party, with Mr. Enda Kenny serving as Taoiseach or Prime Minister, and the Labour leader Ms. Joan Burton serving as Tánaiste or Deputy Prime Minister. However, both parties sustained quite major losses, which had been, of course, predictable because the deep economic crisis afflicting Ireland since 2008 had caused the popularity of the usually dominant centre-right Fianna Fáil party to plummet. It had received only 19 seats at the 2011 parliamentary election, where still the Dáil Éireann or National Assembly of Ireland, the Irish Parliament's lower house, contained 166 deputies because of a constitutional amendment. From now on, the Dáil Éireann only contains 158 deputies, including the Con Comhairle, or Speaker, who is considered as automatically elected or re-elected to the Dáil Éireann unless he or she decides to retire. In that election, the Fine Gael had received its highest seat total ever with 76 deputies. The Labour Party had also done notably well with 37 deputies, and thus they were able to form, or had been able to form, a strong majority government. However, on February the 26th, 2016, Fine Gael only secured 49 seats, and while it still narrowly remained as the largest party, it meant a loss of 27 seats from the 2011 parliamentary elections. Its first preference share of the vote was only 25.5%. Ireland is one of the relatively few countries which uses ranking in its elections. There are first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so forth preferences. The electoral system for the Dáil Éireann is the so-called single transferable vote system, where the country is divided into 3, 4, and 5 seat constituencies or electoral districts. The Fianna Fáil notably advanced, getting 24.3% of the first preference vote and securing 44 deputies. The nationalist Sinn Féin party, which strongly promotes the idea of reuniting Ireland, that is, transferring Northern Ireland from Britain to Ireland, the Irish Republic, and led by Gerry Adams, took 13.8% of the first preference vote, giving it 23 seats. Labour Party failed miserably at the polls, securing only 6.6% of the first preference vote and 6 seats. The global recession-inspired anti-austerity alliance People Before Profit got 3.9% excuse me, of the first preference vote, receiving also 6%. The remaining seats were divided between the Social Democrats, who got 3% of the first preference vote and 3 seats, the Green Party, which got 2.7% of the first preference vote and 2 seats, Independents for Change, who took 1.5% of the first preference vote and 4 seats, the Workers and Unemployed Action took 0.3% of the first preference vote and got a single seat. The Independent Alliance got 4.2% of the first preference vote and got 6 seats. while independent candidates received 11.3% of the first preference vote, giving them 12 seats. In Ireland, the Dáil Éireann must elect the Prime Minister with an absolute majority, which is going to cause notable difficulties in the formation of the government. Theoretically, the Fine Gael and the Fianna Fáil parties could form a coalition government because ideologically they are rather close. Fine Gael being a progressive centrist party, Fianna Fáil being a centre-right party. However, there are partisan and personal rivalries which probably will make such a coalition unworkable. But let us see how it will fare. Of course, snap elections are one notable possibility. Another possibility might be a minority government, which, however, would be supported by enough deputies of other parties to secure an absolute majority in a vote before the Dáil Éireann for its prime ministerial candidate.